Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I've got some wonderful guests with me today. This is Mason and Joey with the San Angelo Fire Department.
Yes.
And, well, first off, how are y'all doing?
We're great.
Great.
We're great. We're
Cold.
a little chilly today. Yeah.
It is chilly.
Yeah.
It is
safe.
rather chilly.
Drive safe.
Yes,
please.
because y'all are going to be the ones out.
You know, this is always kind of a it's an interesting time of year. You know, right? You've got water on the ground. It's cold, and we tend to see a lot of people that we don't normally see. We get a lot of wrecks. A lot of wrecks this time of year. So drive carefully.
So be safe out there, because I mean, these are handsome guys, but you don't want to run into them on the side of the road, right? So, but speaking of that,
yes,
maybe if you want to become one of these guys,
that's why we're here.
y'all are hiring.
We are hiring. So we we hire about once a year, but it's that time. We are in an open hiring right now. It's going on. The deadline to get an application in is November 6th, Friday, November 6th. And you got to have your application in by Friday at 5 p.m. Pretty easy to get an application. You can get online and you can download one, or you could just go to City Hall, second floor, to the Human Resources, and just ask for an application for the fire department.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So you fill that out, and then what's the next step?
So there's lots of steps there, and that's just the way it is. But so basically, that deadline's the 6th. The following Saturday, which is November 14th, is the civil service exam, the written exam. And about 3 to 4 weeks after that, you'll do a physical agility test. And basically, as long as you keep passing, you kind of just keep progressing through the process. So written test, physical test, background check, interviews. It's kind of a long process. But you know, if you're gonna be a fine, upstanding gentleman like Joey is, there's a long process. It is. We are the city's entrusting you with a lot of responsibility. We're driving around fire trucks that cost $1 million. We're responding to emergencies at people's houses that that may be unconscious, and we're forcing our way in, and you got to be a pretty trustworthy person. So the process is long, but it's that way for a reason. We want the best of the best, obviously. So
and it can be a little intimidating, the process and the steps that you have to go through, but it doesn't cost you a thing. It doesn't cost you a thing other than a little bit of your time. I think a lot of folks look at this and go, man, I don't think I could ever do that. You'd be surprised. Come take the test. It doesn't cost you a thing other than a couple hours.
And it's worth it. This guy's been working for the fire department 24 years. I've half that time, 12 years. I would say, absolutely best job in the world. I can't imagine doing anything else. So it is so worth.
Hands down.
It took me twice to get on, so I went through the whole interview process the first time. I didn't get hired. I was pretty angry and upset. Came back into it the second time, and 12 years in, I will tell you, I understand now why the process is the way it is. I mean, if you're supposed to work here, it's going to work out for you. So,
definitely. Like you said, you want the absolute best of the best, because y'all carry a lot of weight on your shoulders. And so for those who, again, if we could go over, they're kind of nervous. They're like, oh, the test. Right. They don't like the word test, or they think it's, what do you tell them?
No, I get that. So it is. So the written test is it's a general aptitude test. You don't have to know anything about firefighting or being a paramedic to take the test. It's got some reading comprehension on it. It's got some general math on it. I think that tends to freak people out because of the word test. We're obviously we're setting a standard, and that's a standardized test. Everybody takes the same one. But don't be scared by that. The PT test, same thing. It is a measure of your physical ability and what kind of shape you're in. And it is. That's because if you are going to go into burning homes and possibly pick somebody up and take them out, you need to be of a certain physical stature. That's just the way that it is. And we do, on the ambulance as well. We deal with medications and dosaging and things like that. And that's what that general aptitude test really is. Don't be scared by that. Just come in and give it your best shot, and I promise it'll all work out.
If you have to take it, a couple times,
don't be discouraged. It's taken. I would say probably half of our department has taken that test multiple times.
Some of the brightest people I know that are on there now have taken it sometimes 3 and 4 times to get on, and do not regret it a single time. If that's what it took to get
it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
Well, definitely, because y'all, you mentioned how many years y'all have been on, and it's your life, it's your career.
I love it. That saying, if you love your job, you won't work a day in your life. I cliche, but absolutely believe that. Absolutely feel that way. I mean, I love it. I think he loves it too.
Well, I think so. After what, 25 years?
After 25 years, absolutely.
Think so. Maybe just a hair.
Working out.
Yes.
Yeah. If this doesn't work out, I don't know what I'm going to do now.
I know. You have to start all over.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So we were talking a little bit earlier. You know, you use the word people because y'all obviously hire females as well.
Absolutely. We do.
Everybody's treated equally.
You know, I do several job fairs a year, and one of the questions that I get asked probably the most from females is, well, could I do this too? Absolutely. So in the history of San Angelo Fire Department, we've only had one female, and there's no really other reason than that we don't get more female applicants. But I also think that that's probably just kind of a misconception that, well, I only really see guys working for the fire department. Absolutely not. We want more females. And we've had a few the last few years that have applied and gotten really close. But no, this is the only requirements we have is you have to be between 18 and 35 and have your high school diploma or GED. And that's it. There is no
no genders with it. Yeah,
absolutely
nothing.
not. Absolutely not. We want to diversify our department. So we want females. We need females. Come apply.
So come make history, ladies.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
Come make history with the San Angelo Fire Department.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
So I just y'all being on so long, you've experienced a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think is probably the most rewarding thing for either one of you?
So Joey works for another EMS provider here in town. So Joey's in 25 years, he's always had 2 jobs. So I'm gonna let him. He's probably seen literally triple what I've. I'll let him go first, and then I'll tell you.
Go ahead,
I think that's a difficult question.
Yeah.
Nobody calls you when they're having a good day. Nobody's calling the fire department because their day's going wonderful. They're only calling you when it is one of their worst days. And if you can get there and make that day a little bit better for them, that's what it's about. Whether it's their home, whether it's a loved one that's hurt or ill or injured, if you're able to go and make that better for them, man, that's what we're here for. I mean, people do this job because they love people, because they love to be able to help, and that's not cliche. I know it sounds like it is when you talk to firemen, but they do it because they love it. And when you get to go do that, and I get to go home at the end of a shift and know that I helped somebody that day or made their day a little bit better when it was the worst day of their life, that's probably the best part of it for me.
So really, a qualification, you got to have a heart for service, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite is. So all in one day, so we could show up in the morning, right? We start checking all of our stuff, and then in an hour, you could go to possibly, someone who may be unconscious and has suffered cardiac arrest and is at the end of their life. And the very next call could be, one where a baby's being born. I think the range of, something, as serious as someone's life ending and as serious as someone's life beginning, and you get to be a part of both of those within an hour, is unbelievable to me. And then also, you're, dealing with the family members on scene and things like that. I can't think of a more rewarding career where you're, with the swing of emotion. It used to be a lot. Now I really treasure that. And being in a smaller community, we get to where we know these people and we see, the family members after the fact, and and you carry a relationship. I would say 25 years and 12 years, I still have relationships with people that I've made 911 calls on.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's it's not just working in this community. When you truly, like you said, serving this community, I can't imagine doing anything else.
It's an exciting job. I mean,
really
you could be at the station in 4 minutes from any given moment. 4 minutes later, you could be in a working structure fire.
Yeah.
4 minutes at any given time. There's no telling what the next call is going to be. And so not everybody fits the traditional mold of going to college and doing, certain, not everybody fits that mold. And maybe this is for you. Maybe this is, if you like that, or you like the upbeat and the fast pace and the excitement of it all, man, come try it out. See what you think.
And the best thing is you don't have to have anything to apply. I mean, like you said, if you got this calling inside of you, you feel like, man, I really just want to serve my community. I want to be around people and I want to serve people. Check number one, and be in the age range and just come apply. We'll put you through all the training. So what we do is we hire you first, right? You go through all those steps. We offer you the job, and we say, hey, now we're going to put you through school. So we bring you in house. We teach you, put you through a fire school that Joey and I actually help teach. So you go through fire school, you obtain a fire certification. You're being paid the entire time. Then you, as of right now, you enroll in Howard as a student and an employee of the fire department, and we're paying you to go to school. And you come out, you've got everything, in about a year to 18 months, and you get paid the whole time. I mean, I don't know many places.
There's not many places that are going to do
that you can show up and say, hey, I want to work there. And we go, oh, well, we like you. Come on in, and don't worry about anything. We'll take care of it. We're going to pay you while you do it.
Yeah, that's usually the opposite of how it goes.
You
apply and you're paying for all these things, but y'all, you just say, hey, come on, don't worry about it. We're gonna pay for everything.
Awesome. Yes.
That's fantastic. So we're talking about community. Y'all do a lot with the community too. You talked about job fairs. Y'all are at all kinds of events.
Tons.
So there's that element.
There is. This is not just, when you say community service and to serve your community and to protect and serve, it's not just in the 911, scenario. Joey and I, Joey's in a we're kind of both in teaching roles, I guess you could say, in training roles, but we're also kind of in PR roles. And it is as much interacting with the community, not just in those chaotic 911 situations, but also on just in everyday life. We're everyday people too. We just happen to wear uniforms sometimes.
No way.
Absolutely. So,
well, they say that the best way to take care of an injury is to prevent it.
Yeah.
The best way to fight a structure fire is to never have it. And so we do a lot of education, going out and trying to train the community on how to avoid those things to begin with.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, I immediately thought of it's near Thanksgiving, frying the turkey.
It is.
Oh man.
It's crazy. We have jokes around the fire department. We just kind of know, right about now, right? The weather starts getting cold. What happens? Everybody turns their heater on for the first time in a year. So we have little jokes and things that we talk about at the fire station. It doesn't rain a whole lot. In West Texas, so when it does rain, oh man, here comes the wrecks, right?
Yeah.
The roads get a little slick, but that's just kind of what it is. Like you said, the big deal is about education and preventing it. The reality is accidents happen.
Yeah.
And that's why we have a job. So anyway.
Exactly, and that's why they need you. So make sure to contact them, take that test, get that application in.
And if you have any questions, you can just call Central Fire Station 325-657-4355, and you could ask for me. I'm stationed there. So any questions, and I've had a lot of people calling, hey, I just want to know this, I just want to know that. So this is kind of the first time we've had somebody set up to just answer questions.
Oh, nice.
So if you have any questions about anything, or you're just not sure, call down. We'll give you every bit of information you can possibly think of, and probably stuff you don't want to know.
I was going to say more than you ever wanted.
Absolutely. I think in the past, it's more, some people kind of see this, right? And they'll see us on social media, or they see us, well, that might be something I could kind of do, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
Call and find out.
Absolutely.
It's better to try
and
decide maybe during the process, and it's not really for me. But I'll give you a tour. Come down to Central Fire Station. You can get in the truck. You can get in the ambulance. I will show you what our stations look like, what our gear looks like, kind of what a day looks like. So we'll give you a tour. Just come down, and you can see everything. Try before you buy type thing,
Yeah, I was about to say, that doesn't mean you're signing up right then and there.
No.
But if you're really I don't think a lot of people are just curious. I'm not really sure what they do.
Yeah.
Come down and we'll show you everything. We'll show you all of our cool toys and some of the trucks. I mean, it's. I will tell you this: if I get you down at Central Fire Station and give you a tour, you're signing up. I promise. So
awesome.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So for anybody out there who they watch this, they're like, okay, I'm going to go on a tour, but they're just not sure. What, just one piece of advice would you give them?
Give it a chance. Give it a chance. Come talk to us. Like I said, there's nothing hidden behind the curtain. Come talk to us. We'll talk to you about an average day as a firefighter. What it would do. Some of the heartaches, some of the victories, what it takes to get through school. I'm not going to tell you it's an easy process. It's not. But I believe that there are so many more that are capable that don't believe that they are.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm telling you, it can be an intimidating field, an intimidating process, and let us give us the chance to make you comfortable with it. Give us the chance. Just come talk to us, and then go from there. It doesn't cost you a thing.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
Advice? Oh man, you're not going to know unless you show up. I mean that is, you've got to come down here. And like you said, I think people see 911 and go, man, it's too much for me.
Yeah.
I probably would have thought the same thing until I came down and I saw the family-like atmosphere that we get to work in, and get to see some of the stuff and realize, wow, that's so much bigger than me, and I want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Rather taking the intimidating part and going, man, that I don't really know what that is. I just know I want to do that.
Yeah.
Come down to Central. I promise you'll you will fall in love with it. I mean, you'll know right away, hey, that's for me or that's not for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's pretty amazing.
Yes,
So.
maybe intimidating at first, but then the end result.
The most rewarding job on the planet, I think. Of course, we're in it, so we're biased. But,
just a hair.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, 12 years and 25. I think y'all know by now.
Yep. We do.
You know.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. So.
Well, perfect. Well, thanks guys so much for coming in
you for having
and
us.
talking to
Thank you
us.
for having
And
us.
I guess we'll see you next time, right?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
And we will see y'all next time. Have a great day.